guys, it is 8:42 a.m. on Sunday. I think the 123rd day I'm doing this. I can't remember. But here's your daily dose of hope. And I'm actually leaving soon, but I felt compelled to post before that because I am committed to being authentic, as scary as it feels, because that's what I want for other people, right? Is to pave the way. And the facts are that I woke up this morning and I did not. Basically, I hit a wall of emotion, is how it felt, right? Like I've been trying to avoid these emotions, or there's just a lot going on. And I'm processing a lot. And I have an opportunity to do something today, but I'm scared, right? And so it was like I'm just realizing that it's ultimately better and courageous to work through the feelings and still attempt the thing than to just shut down and be like, well, I'm not even going to attempt it because I don't want to feel the feelings, or to try to, like with the bridge, to try to just jump and then end up, falling through and going backwards. So what I mean is, I was like, okay, there's some things I don't even know how to proceed. But I was like, well, let me do my routine, And so I did a meditation, I did some tapping, and then I was doing my energy thing. And it was like, when the music started, music stirs my soul. Like that is for me, like the truth bomb, like the truth serum of how I'm actually feeling. And it hit me. And I'm really proud of myself because instead of just trying to push through when I don't need to at the moment, I was like, I sat in my rocking chair and I set a timer. I literally set a timer for 9 minutes. And I was like, let's just try to feel this. And honestly, the voice that kept coming through was, I don't want to do this anymore. I don't want to do this anymore. And that's vulnerable to share, but this is my point, is I'm trying to be more and more like, not authentic, like I'm always feeling this way, but like in the moment, And it's 8:44, so I know I'm on the right track. So instead of shaming myself or saying, you should be grateful or all this stuff, I know I'm grateful. That's not the thing. But the part was like, I don't want to live like this anymore. I don't want to. I hate how hard everything feels, type of thing. I hate sometimes, being around people and it's like, that's all I want, That's all I want, is to feel safe and loved. That's it. And accepted, So the timer went off and I was like, okay, I'm going to do the thing again. And so I was doing my thing again. The music hit, it hit me again. And I almost, because that was already like my kind of tolerance for emotion. But then I was like, wait. So I sat back down again. I let it keep playing, but I sat back down and I did this, because I thought, if you had someone that was hugging you right now that was safe, which you've never had, but if you did, and you could just cry into their shoulder, that's what you need. You need comfort right now. So I did my best to do that for myself. And then I did it a third time, the thing. And I got through it, So I thought, okay. So the facts are, I'm not going to say I feel better, because I feel like A, that's a judgment. B, that's not necessarily accurate. But there was a difference. There was a difference. It wasn't, and it was a positive difference, So I think it's really important to distinguish, like I said, there was my throat. It's okay. To distinguish the difference between, like I said, just getting caught in rumination and like stagnant, versus as you continue to take steps forward and you're facing all these things are going to come up, and especially, like circumstances, certain times of the month, certain holidays, right? Like, and so I still don't know exactly what I'm going to do, but I do know that I'm telling the truth, that like I didn't feel like hopeless, like I wasn't going to make it, but the feeling was like, I don't want to do this anymore. I don't want to pretend in this moment that I'm okay, because I'm not okay in this moment, you know? I'm not happy in this moment, you know? So, that being said, today's quote is, if nothing ever changed, there'd be no butterflies. And I think that's very important, because when people have, they call it natural resources, like a supportive family or like a partner, or, like when they had a safe childhood, they know their default is safety, right? When you don't have that, your default is danger. Your default is, I guess I just have to count on myself, which is not the end of the world, right? Like I could, as I was exploring it, I was like, you could just be like, I'm not going anywhere today. I'm just going to be home. But if you ask me to be honest, is that what I want to do? Like, would that be my choice? No. So it's like, okay, so what is it? It's the fear that I'm going to drive as well, and there's going to be someone there, and because the time of the month, because today's the day, all these factors, that emotion's going to come out. And since emotion was never safe, see, I'm not safe. So you see how much it held me back. It still tries to hold me back. So me making this video is part of my journey of saying, like, it's okay. It's okay. It's not like I went around the house and I broke a bunch of stuff. I literally just cried. But I'm still learning that that's actually safe to do. Plus, I've held it in for years, so it's kind of like, oh, it's really gross, but if you were having like stomach issues and then finally you got that fixed, and so, sorry for the visual, but I'm just saying it's literally like that. It's a release. So, and I know if I was in that environment, like when I'm in that environment virtually, I feel fine because I know they get it, but when you don't have that in real life, it's like, this actually is, the right thing. And I'm just, like I said, my soul refuses to just be squashed back down. So, yeah, so that being said, I'm going to face more fears today, and I'm really proud of myself because I'm really am doing what I can to honor myself as I do this. So wish me luck. But I, was not going to do a video yet, but then I thought, I also want to remind myself, future self, that, hey, I did this today. Like, the urge was just to stay in bed, or the urge was just to cancel because it's painful. But it's like, actually, I can feel moments of pain and I can still, attempt things. And if you don't understand, that's fine. You don't have to. But as I always say, if you don't get it at all, just be grateful, But I'm speaking for the people who I know get it, and I get it too, and I just really do want to help people, because I see how these things just try to keep us down and destroy us, and frankly, it's not fair, and we're not going to take it anymore. So this is your weary, I'm tired because I released, right? But I feel better than if I hadn't released. So I am tired now. But it was productive. It's the best way I can say it. It was painful and it was productive. And I'm glad, because now I have a fighting chance to still do what I want to do. And I can share it with people and hopefully help them through example. And I'm going to share real quick one of the things. I can add it later to my, I have a playlist of regulating activities, but here's one that I do. So you take your hands and you cover your eyes and you breathe in. Then you breathe out. And you just drag to like your temples and you breathe in. You breathe out. And you drag and you trace behind your ears. And you breathe in. And you breathe out. And you drag to your shoulders. And you breathe in. And you breathe out. You breathe in one more time. And you drag to your heart. And you should be able to like eventually feel, feel the tracing. And here's the thing. If I had tried that, that's why the tears came, because I was doing stuff like this. And then when you take a deep breath and emotion is ready and needs to come out, it comes out, right? So if the options are feel the emotion so then you can take a breath, or not let yourself breathe, if those are your two options, or end up doing a substance or something to just, fabricate, like artificially. And I'm not about artificial. So that's a perfect example. Is if you did that just now, and then when you try to breathe out, you started crying, it's like, that's a good thing. I know. I know. It might sound countercultural, like counter everything you've ever been taught, treated like, but it's the truth, right? We all deserve to feel safe. We really do. And so that is honestly my mission. And so I'm going to do that a couple more times after this video. And then I'm just going to take the next step. Okay. Love you guys. Have a great day.